What's going on, y'all beautiful people, man? Hope you guys are having an amazing day today. In this video, we are going to be talking about being able to be made perfect in God's love. Now, this is something that we've heard about. We heard that perfect love casts out fear, but it's something I want to dive deeper into with us together, man. Of course, I'm going to be diving deeper into it myself because it's like I'm still learning this myself, and I think it's a beautiful concept. And it's really something that helps us get out of that ego and that self-centeredness and that pride and that fear and the anxiety that comes with that, and getting more into the love of God. Now, this is something I had brought up again by this book called Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy, and it is a brilliant, beautiful book, because what it's basically talking about is being able to get into the love. It's basically the love of God, being able to do that and get more into love and doing what you are currently doing out of love instead of out of fear, out of wanting, needing success, needing money, needing recognition, needing approval, anything like that. He says that doing it out of love, not only is it great for our own mental health and our own health overall, but it's actually the best place to actually get results, because the skateboarder that goes out there that's able to love what he's doing, himself skating, but also just the love of the competition and loving them pushing the boundaries of what they have, allows him to push the boundaries even more, him or her to push the boundaries even more. And that goes for anything that you're doing, athletes, creative ways, creative acts, and just in general, our love of life goes along with this too. So being able to love stuff unconditionally, what we are currently doing. Because for myself, what I'm thinking about here is the ego and the pride starts to rile up, and it starts to get there. And even right now, sometimes I feel it. It's like I want to record this video, but who's gonna hear me? Are they gonna think that this video is stupid or whatever it might be? Or you're going to work and it's like, oh, if I say this something, it's gonna be stupid, whatever it might be, man. And it's just like the ego and the pride is there and we can feel it. But knowing that we are getting to a place where we want to get to the place of unconditional love for life, unconditional love with the Lord. And that is such a beautiful place that we can get to. And I know it's possible because it's something where you start to be able to see it. We've seen glimpses of it. You probably have seen glimpses of it yourself, where you start to see life and people and everything just through this lens of love, through the lens of God's love. And it's just like I see not only unconditionally love for ourselves and stuff like that, but the people that you have a hard time loving sometimes, all of a sudden you can see them through that. And for me to get into that, it's like the meditations, it's just going and abiding in God's love and stuff like that, and listening to verses and knowing how much trust and love he has for us, and how much, okay, here is also, he said that love comes from also being humble. That's one of the big things. Being humble is knowing and having an accurate view of self. What that basically means is having not an overinflated view of yourself, but not an underinflated view of yourself. And the way that he put it is basically knowing that everything that we have, if we can understand and be humble in knowing that everything that we have was given to us. And reason being is God gave it to us. He put it in a funny way. He said that for Michael Phelps, if we understand, he was like, I was trying to think about, okay, how much a percentage is Michael Phelps? How much percentage is of God? Like the will of what that happened there. Is it 50% Michael Phelps of how he won these medals, or is it 50% Michael Phelps, 50% God? And then he was like, I ended up getting to the place where I realized it was 98% God and 2% Michael Phelps. The 2% is because we do have free will and we're able to make certain decisions, but the 98% is knowing that God has given us all these resources. God has put us into certain positions to be able to make the most of our talents. Of course, we could still sit on a couch and do nothing if we wanted to, but still going into that direction. And once we're going into God's direction, it's 98% God, and knowing that. And the more that we can see that, the more that we can have a realization that we can be grateful for everything that we have. And if you don't feel like, if you feel currently, a great way to put it in the book, like, oh, well, I work so hard, I do all this stuff, like I'm number one worker, I do everything. If you think that, you did not pick the place that you were born, the parents that you had, the resources that you had. And you gave it a great example. If you were born in a place where they were like dealing with a plague, and it was just overcome by adversity and just sorrow and misery, your life would probably be a very, very big struggle. So everything, 98% of everything that you have is given by God, and it is a blessing to have that. And that's what we're getting into. That's the beauty of what we're getting into. That beautiful place where we realize, okay, God, thank you for this moment. Thank you for all this stuff that I have. Thank you for all this. And that starts to emulate the love, knowing that it's not from us. It starts to get us out of that pride versus saying, this is all me, baby. This is all me. I did everything. I'm number one. All that great stuff and whatever. You know how we kind of feel that sometimes, or that pride and that ego. And it starts to get into the love And the love creates an unconditional love for everything that we're doing. Saying, God, I want to find this love for the minute parts of what I'm doing and just the passion that we have. Finding a passion for what we're doing, a passion and a love for what we're doing and we're bringing to the world versus just having it be in that ego and pride. So can we do that today, man? Starting to dive inside love. I really love the concept of this, man. I'm trying to dive into it as much as I can too, man. Hope you guys are able to do this as well. Let's continue to do this today. Love you guys very much, man. Talk to you on the next video. Peace.